Hello, this is a TV show Quest.kz. We are in one of the biggest cities of Kazakhstan, Almaty. Our history strongly intertwined with this city. This is the cradle of our independence. Here we'll have our exciting show. Murat Yakfarov, 30 years old. He lives in Almaty. He's an artist instructor by training. At the moment, he's working as the head of dance school. Radmila Potapova, 20 years old. She was born and now lives in Almaty. She is studying cultural studies. She is interested in theater, dance, and quests. She believes in fate, the power of the dream, and karma. We called our team Dandelions. We stay together to be strong. Dandelions are loved by boys and girls. Albina Kildiarova, 20 years old. She's a native of Almaty. She's studying journalism, loves running, her favorite soccer team, Manchester United. Mikhail Gusainov, 21 years old, also native of Almaty. At the moment he lives in New York, where he works as a manager at the restaurant. He's a goal-oriented, active person who loves sports and travel. We called our team Kazakh Bears. We Kazakh Bears only strive for victory. Hello, my dear participants. Welcome to our show, Quest.kz. This is a kind of a center of Almaty. Behind you, there is a monument of Baykun Bayev, Kazakh composer, poet, and educator. Further, there is the Palace of Republic. All this is very close to Koktobe mountain. I think each of you can say that he's ready to start our quest. Are you ready? Yes. And we are starting our exciting journey from a hike to the mountains. We are going up to the mountains on a special transportation that has been in operation in Almaty since the middle of the last century. Now it is a modern technical transportation system which works all year round. From here you can see a breathtaking view of Almaty city, one of the highest points, from where one can admire the views located on the Koktobe mountain. A decision to build a park right here was born in the 1970s of the last century, and it was the first such transportation system in Central Asia, which connected the mountain Koktobe with the Palace of Republic. Now Koktobe is a calling card of the city. There is a rich infrastructure which allows tourists to have a comfortable time here. At the top of the mountain, there is a TV tower, which is the second tallest structure in Almaty. While we're getting to the top of the mountain, in a very exciting and dangerous way, I want to start our first task of the quest right here. The task is as follows. I will tell about the public person from entertainment and artistic sphere who is famous all over the world, and you will have to guess who I am talking about. You have to name his name. That team wins, which gave the most of right answers. At the beginning, it seemed that we will enjoy the view, but no, we started the quest right on the way to the mountain, and you had to bring your mind back so it could think. My first question: please name the people who became the founders of the Kazakh Khanate, the first official statehood of Kazakhstan. I'm sure you know their names. They were Khans. There were two of them. You go ahead. Kirey and Jibek. He became famous for his fight against the Jungar attacks and uniting three Kazakh Jews in 1781. He was pronounced as the main Khan of all three Jews. Ablai Khan. It is unfortunate to you guys, is the right answer. And the next question. This person received European education, created works of the world level, and opened to the world the northern part of China, which before was the closed territory. Chokan Walihanoff. Yes, it is the right answer. Good job. He was the one who founded Kazakh Academy of Science, who discovered Jeskazgan economic region, and who prepared the majority of scientists of Kazakhstan. Kanish Satpayev. Yes, and you get 1 point. For me, it was hard to think on such a height because I'm afraid of heights. This fear didn't allow me to answer the questions. It was even hard for me to listen to them. I think our opponents are very bad in Kazakh history. That's why it was difficult for them to answer these questions. This philosopher, humanitarian, is the founder of Kazakh literature. In his poems, one can hear concern for the future of Kazakh land and its people. Abay Kurambayev. Here it is, you're right. He is a film director who was born in Guryev, now known as Atrau. He studied in Tashkent, served in Ashgabat when he was in army. If you want to answer this question, go ahead. Timur Bekmambetov. Yes, it is him, right answer. He is the first cosmonaut of the Republic of Kazakhstan and the last cosmonaut of the USSR. I don't know. Tokhtar Bakirov? This leader of a band was born in Semipalatinsk region, in a large family. He studied in Uсть-Kamennogorsk Music College on percussion instruments, but while playing in the band, couldn't finish his studies. Who am I talking about? Can I try to answer this question? Bary Alibasov. Are you trying to destroy your opponents? You're right, it is the right answer. When I heard the name of the first group, his name immediately came to my mind. If you said the name Nana, I would came up with the right answer too. Marat, he did a great job, he knows history very well. But I think I was okay too. I answered 3 questions. Another question, attention, this director, musical head of the National Symphony Orchestra of Ireland, was born in Almaty, in the musical family. Later he continued his studies in Vienna's Musical College. Then he won the competition for conductors in Zagreb. This brought him a world fame and the offer to cooperate with famous European orchestras. Who is it? Yeah, we have great people. So we're talking about a conductor. Yes, he's the famous conductor, head of a famous symphony orchestra. His name is Alan Buribayev. Wow, well, good job. I guess I will give you 1 point. I think you deserve that. They did a good job. They figured out the ending of his last name. Yes, good job. I think we lost in this task because I guess we didn't pay too close attention to the history of Kazakhstan. I advise all new students to study Kazakhstan's history. We finally arrived to the top of Koktobe mountain. Very soon there will be another exciting task, so dear viewers, stay with us. In the task where participants had to name famous Kazakh personalities, with a great result, wins the team of Dandelions, 6-3. Will Kazakh Bears have a chance to win over the points they lost? We're finally at the top of Koktobe. Look how beautiful the view is. Behind you there is one of the symbols of southern capital. It is a famous Almaty TV tower. Which one is another symbol of this city? Apple? Yes, but what kind? A port. Now we'll look for this, a port apple. At first, it might seem as a simple task, but it's not. You have to crawl around to gather the apples. According to the rules, guys will have their eyes blindfolded, and they will carry a tray for apples. Girl will have to guide them to help them get the apples without touching them. The team wins which brings the most amount of apples to the finish line. Look from up and down on the fir tree. Good job. Now go down to the left.
Вот в елку иди, вон туда. Вниз иди, вниз, левее, чуть-чуть левее. Да ты вниз засунь! В елку иди вот так. Да выше!
It was very hard to gather apples from the fir tree because needles hurt our hands. It was very uncomfortable. Take it, it's right there. Carefully, carefully. Now sit down and go straight. And now to the right. Here it is. Faster. Okay, stop here. And just take it from the top. Your hand to the left. And now down. It shouldn't fall down. Watch out.
Скорее, 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 скорее. Стоп! Просто сверху, просто сверху, просто сверху. Прогни руку. Левее, 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 левее. Левее, ниже, ниже, ниже. Все. Идем, идем.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Just touch it. It's right there. Okay. Great, let's go on. To the right. Now we need to find it on the ground. It's right in front of you. Take it. Faster, faster. They were trying to interfere with our way. We needed to somehow pass them by, in a way so we could be the first ones on the finish line. Yes, and Kazakh bears are the first one on the finish line. Dandelions, you're the second. I have a great partner who was by my side, who listened carefully to what I was saying. It was easy for us to gather apples. It's time now to count how many apples you gathered. Kazakh bears, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now you, dandelions. Are you okay? You guys have 10 apples. You have an extra point because you were the first one to reach the finish line. Good job. For points that teams got for gathering apples, we will add other points from the first task. And as you can see, it is a draw, 16-16. As you can see, there will be other battles. After we enjoyed our time in the mountains, we're descending to visit another sightseeing place, Almaty Film Studio, Kazakhfilm. Kazakhfilm is the major film studio in Kazakhstan, which embodies the history of our country. This film studio was founded 85 years ago. During World War II, such film studios as Moscow and Leningrad were evacuated here. During the war years, Kazakh Film Studio released 80% of domestic films. Famous director Shaken Aymanov was the head of the studio and the main director. Now the film studio of Kazakh Film is named after him. His film, The End of Ataman, which was filmed here on Kazakh Film, was viewed by a record amount of people. It was seen by more than 4 million people. Now the studio has pavilions and studios and editing rooms. We are now in a sacred place for Kazakh film industry. This is a legendary film studio, which has released numerous amount of films we all love. Now imagine, what if a film director offered you to participate in some film, which genre would you choose? I would have chosen a historical film, drama, action, fantasy, thriller. I think with such show as Quest.kz and the film studio, anything is possible. Now we will transfer you to 500 years back. Now allow me to turn the mode of teleportation on. It's hard to recognize you now. How do you feel yourself, nomads? Honestly, it's a little bit too hot for my taste. And it is only a beginning. My first question is, what does the phrase to push a barrel mean? It means that I am pushing someone around. Don't push a barrel on me. Good. That means you understand what I am trying to say. Now you will push barrels, but in a direct meaning. In this competition, participants should push the barrel as fast as they can. And if girls need to push it, then fellows will need to carry it over their heads. That team wins, which will overcome the distance of two circle fastest. Start. Come on, you can do it, I know. Unfortunately, my barrel didn't go straight to my partner, but to the left or to the right. After that, my hands hurt a lot, and it is so hot outside. Faster, faster, Murat! They were first. Well done. You guys 5 points, and you Kazakh bears will get 4 points. Don't hold your breath. We're moving to a real fight. Calm down, guys. I see that you're very serious about this fight. Please give me your swords. I would personally like, and I am sure our viewers too, to see you safe and sound at the end of the program. Instead, take this. They're called gymnastic sticks. Are you ready, my friends? Now the attention to the rules. You need to touch the top of your opponent's helmet. Each tap means 1 point. Let's start. Just don't hurt each other. Hurt him. His head is open. Come on, come on. I have to say, it was very difficult. I have to say, I'm not jealous of people who lived back then. Their clothes is very heavy. I have to say, it is very hard to fight. Murat, from the top. Good job. It was very cool. You get this dose of adrenaline. I felt as if I am a real Kaban by Batur. Murat is very foxy. He just covered himself like this, and it was almost impossible to touch his head. Mikhail was much taller than him. Just hit him already.
Защита, защита!
When we were fighting, I was able to count how many times I hit him. That's why I am 100% sure that I won. Murat from Dandelion team hit his opponent 6 times, while Kazakh bear Mikhail hit him 4 times. Adding all the points for pushing the barrel, we get 11 to 8 points in favor of dandelions. The entire sum of points look like this: 27 to 24, again in favor of dandelions. At the moment, Almaty is considered to be the cultural center of Kazakhstan. Numerous theaters, museums, concert halls, and philharmonies create a special atmosphere of Kazakh culture, and all of them have their own history, just like Abay State Theater of Opera and Ballet. It was also founded more than 80 years ago. First, it was a music studio, which consisted of 50 actors, 20 symphonic orchestra musicians, and 12 people of the National Instruments Orchestra. Once the troupe had their own building, the contraction of which involved many people, theater received the status of academic theater. Later it was given the name of Abay, who is a great philosopher and enlightener of Kazakh culture and literature. Now it is a home for Kazakh art of ballet and opera. The main feature of the theater is its style, which intends in itself Italian classicism and traditional elements of Kazakh architecture. We are at one of the major theaters on the territory of Eurasia, Abay State Academic Theater of Opera and Ballet. Now the most important question is who was here before all of you? Great. There were so many different productions set on this stage, from different ages and different stories, different costumes. Our next competition will be directly linked with theater costumes. If you can see, these are two mannequins, which actually need to wear something immediately, otherwise it is shameful. Your task is to create a costume from those clothes you have here in these baskets. You guys need to create a look of Cossack of Kuban of the first half of the 20th century. And you guys need to create a Russian soldier of 18th century. Is the task clear? So let's start. Let's put some clothes. It's like a cat's clothes. Wait, we need to think of Cossack. He needs to look like one. They didn't start yet. This doesn't suit here. Oh, I think this one would look good. Let's put this on. What about these shoes? No, first we need to put some pants. From the very beginning, we had an argument on what kind of pants should he wear, but then we finally realized what will suit him better. Yes, trying to figure out which kind of pants suit the look better took us a long time. Marat first offered to put on one pair which had red strips on the side, but I felt like it didn't look okay. They will need to wear their boots like this. But at the end we decided to do what I offered, and while we were choosing pants, the other team was far ahead of us. I don't think it fits. Let's put that green one. What about this shirt? I think it looks okay. We needed to prepare a look of a Russian soldier. We did everything how we remembered it from Soviet films. Let's put it over his head.
Как умно вы поступили. Молодцы.
Вот так, надень на голову ему. Я держу руки, надень на голову.
There were problems with mannequins, that their hands fell off. We needed to act very fast. It doesn't look good.
Давай попробуем одеть, но это... Давай попробуем одеть.
Оно вообще не сочетается.
What should we put on his head? Here is some hat. Look, over there, to the left. Okay, this looks more real. How about this? I'm sorry, where's the head? Radmila was trying to put other hats on the mannequins, but I stopped her and was right. I think the red one looks more like a real Cossack would wear.
Вот так на бок.
Да.
We're ready.
До конца одевай. Сейчас мы...
Kazakh Bears, you were the first one to finish. Now explain to me his look.
Судя по тому, как натянута рубашка на шею, джентльмену очень холодно.
Да. Горло болит.
Алмата. Что вы хотели? Молодцы, ребят.
Now let's see the Dandelion team.
Подошли к трудам команды одуванчики. Если бы кубанские казаки...
I think if Cossacks from Kuban saw this, they would kill you.
Вот ей-богу, зарубили бы.
The team of Kazakh Bears gets 5 points for finishing the competition faster than others. The team Dandelions gets 4 points.
Сейчас нам удалось победить.
We were able to finish and win this task, and we're hoping to try and win the next one.
Уважаемые участники телешоу Quest.kz, обратите внимание, с каким...
Dear participants of Quest.kz, please look what a wonderful piano is in front of you. It will be instrumental in our last task, which is called Guess the Tune. And the person who will help us is the concertmaster of State Academic Theater of Opera and Ballet, Diana Nurganova. Let's clap for her. The theme of the task is opera and ballet. Are you ready? Diana, we can start. What was it? MR dancer? You know the answer. Yes, this is the Nutcracker. It feels like you guys are surprised. Did you know this composition? Good job.
Молодцы. Хорошо, неплохо. Для начала...
Okay, guys, you know the rules of the task. Let's continue. I know this. I can't remember. I'm afraid that we're getting far away from culture, and it's very bad, and we realize that we need to know these things. We need to be interested in this and visit theater more often.
Хотите, мы споем все вчетвером?
Do you want we can sing this, all of us? When we heard it for the first time, we thought that we will give the right answer right away. Can I try and answer this question? Maybe I'll be wrong, but I want to try. Is this Carmen?
Это Кармен, вот это да!
I know all the melodies, and I am sure that my opponents know them too. But the hardest thing was to remember the name and the author of this melody. Now pay close attention. It is the third melody. This is Verdi. She said that.
Это действительно был Джузеппе Верди.
Yes, it was Verdi from Traviata.
На кону четвертая.
Now listen to the fourth composition. Swan Lake. Murat, you not only can dance this, but also know the music. It is the right answer.
Лебединое озеро, Чайковский танец
It is called the Dance of Little Swans.
маленьких лебедей. Молодцы. Хорошо. Пожалуйста. Марат, пожалуйста.
Yes, Marat. Is it musketeers?
Вы представляете?
Can you imagine musketeers? No, it's not right.
Все.
Are you giving up? Okay.
Правильный ответ. Это
This is the right answer. Rigoletto by Verdi.
Сердце красавицы. Вот так вот обычно бывает.
К сожалению, я многих
Unfortunately,
многих
I don't know the authors and names of compositions,
после вот
and after today, I will listen to all of them and look up the authors,
композиции посмотрю.
and I will try to remember them for the rest of my life. It is something ours. It is Kazakh.
Что вы говорите? Что вы говорите? Одна из самых знаменитых.
Opera by.
Это
Let's go on.
правильный ответ.
Dog Waltz. I guess you probably know it since childhood.
Двигаться дальше.
Next one. Listen to it.
Собачий вальс.
Все, очень быстро. Браво. Браво. Вы, наверное, выросли на этой композиции. Движемся дальше. Следующая композиция.
It was hard to remember the names. At first, you hear the melody, you recognize it, but you can't find the right name, and this is the hardest part. I want to apologize before my music teacher. It's such a shame. It was the history of love.
Да, которую вы не знали.
Ну это танк. Нет, какой танк?
Кот Базилио, короче. Смотри, кот Базилио. На самом деле это не он.
It is Carmen.
Действительно, это...
Yes, it is the right name. Habanera.
Вы молодцы, это был третий
This was the last competition of the show Quest.kz.
Quest.kz.
6-2. With an outstanding win of Dandelions, let's add the points for creating looks. We get the score for third level, 10-7 in favor of Dandelions. Hunting for apples, traveling through time, and musical exams. All this was in our program Quest.kz. Today, two teams, Dandelions and Kazakh Bears, fought for the right to be called the best team on our show. We are ready to name the winner. But before we do that, let's share our impressions with each other. For me, it was exciting to guess the melodies with the walls of this art theater. Radmila, go ahead.
Для меня сегодня, наверное, самый.
The most interesting task for me was when we were in the fortress. It gave us a chance to touch the history.
Это история и возможность оказаться, как бы прикоснуться к тем временам.
Did you enjoy it? Yes.
Рады?
Очень.
Это здорово. Альбина, пожалуйста.
I like that we created looks from different eras. I wanted to become a designer since I was a child, so it was interesting. I loved being in the mountains, and I realized I need to study Kazakh history.
Отлично, отлично. Друзья, рад все это слышать. На самом деле, очень приятно, что вы...
It was nice to hear that you enjoyed your time here. Thank you for participation. And like in any other show, we can say that the friendship won.
Победила дружба.
Она все равно
У
победила.
нас есть истинный...
No, in our show, there is a winner.
Это команда, конечно же,
The team of Dandelions. Fly and take this diploma.
дипломом вы его заслужили.
Our participants enjoyed their time here.
Это ваш диплом. Наслаждайтесь. Наши участники получают
And I hope you, our viewers, enjoy their time together too. It's not always easy with us, but always interesting. Goodbye.
Всегда интересно. Всем пока.